This episode was out of order. Am I honestly that surprised? But it is going to be like this, especially on Season 3. Let's just get this over with. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you guys to another TMNT 2012 Season 2 episode review. This week we're going to be talking about episode 18 of Season 2, The Wrath of Tiger Claw. Now this episode's a big one, because believe me, a lot happens here. Not really a big episode review, but you're going to see why. Here's the deal. I'll provide a summary as well as some of the main points. There are many because we're about to hear some serious revelations. Let us begin. Tiger Claw returns after having survived the giant Kraang worm with one objective: to destroy Splinter and the Turtles. Karai is outraged by his return, and it's no better that Shredder orders her to accompany him. The Turtles, meanwhile, are conflicted, especially Leo, who still feels that Karai should know the truth. But when Tiger Claw and Karai decide to go after the Turtles' friends, they have to work fast. Can they stop Tiger Claw? And what about Karai? What will she do if she discovers the truth about who she really belongs to? As I mentioned already, this episode was aired out of order. And this won't be the only time, because I've done this many times during my Season 1 reviews, and especially a few episodes ago. But let's get to the nitty-gritty. Tiger Claw is back. I have to wonder how the heck he survived after what happened in the two-part episode, The Manhattan Project, when he got himself devoured by that giant snake worm. Rather, giant Kraang worm. He is still just as dangerous as ever, only this time he's motivated by much more. Revenge. You know what they say, revenge is the most worthless of causes. This is the episode that is big, and for good reason, because Karai finally learns the truth about herself and her real family. I mean, the scenes when Karai first encountered Master Splinter really hammers it home on the feels. I mean it. When you see those two meet, you can't help but feel bad for her. And this starts to also cast doubts on her loyalty to Shredder. Because, yeah, having figured out that everything that Shredder tells you was a lie makes you wonder what is really true and what is not. And what happened at the end really was mad depressing. But, on the other hand, this also sets in motion a chain of events that would eventually have her join the good guys. But it won't happen for a while. But I feel that this pretty much is the starting point for Karai to slowly and surely rebel against the Shredder. And trust me, what's going to happen to her in the remaining episodes is yet to be seen. As I mentioned, Karai finally meets her true father, Hamato Yoshi, aka Splinter. There were a lot of revelations here, especially when Splinter shows Karai a picture of her parents, Hamato Yoshi and his wife Miwa. Shredder told Karai that it was Hamato Yoshi who took Miwa away, but Splinter knew the truth, and it was Shredder that did that. This has her asking a lot of questions, and it's too much to take in. It's a bit heartwarming, but also a bit sad. But not before Splinter gives Karai a bit of advice. And that advice is to follow your own path. Don't be determined by what you see around you. I only hope that this will eventually have her make the right choice. It'll help her choose the right path and hopefully be away from the Shredder. Now, time to go from something that's like heartwarming and sad to a bit unexpected. Why? Because this episode also marks Jason Biggs' last voice role as Leonardo. Now, I don't really know why the reasons for this, but I'm looking and I'm trying to... There have been like rumors. Rumors that maybe Jason Biggs can't learn to keep his mouth shut, or maybe he just might have said something a bit too far that angered Nickelodeon, which could explain why Jason Biggs had to be replaced. Well, they tried to find a replacement, but this actually happened during the middle of the season. I'm reminded of Power Rangers when Austin St. John, Thuy Trang, and Walter Jones left the show, and their motivations for it were money. They were paid pretty badly, but I'm speaking off topic, but point is, Jason Biggs, this episode marks his last role as Leonardo. From the next episode onwards, he will be voiced by Dominic Catrambone. And it's like this until the rest of Season 2, until Season 3, when Seth Green, who personally is my favorite voice for Leonardo, takes over. And yeah, I'll say it here, I prefer Seth Green. And I will be explaining to it when that moment comes. This is rather unexpected, and for many of us who did watch the show back then, 1 minute hearing Jason Biggs and the next hearing somebody completely different, it makes you curious as to what happened. There were many favorite moments, many. Tiger Claw making his return being one of them. Karai meeting Splinter, as well as learning the truth. And another favorite moment was the Turtles teaming up with Karai to stop Tiger Claw. Not to mention Karai regaining her honor to stop Tiger Claw only to be failed and be returned to the Shredder. Not to mention be captured. She was placed in a cell, and having learned the truth, oh man, now it's starting to cast serious doubts. Serious doubts. I don't really know what's going to happen. But judging by how the rest of the season's going to turn out, it's not going to be pretty. Not pretty, alright. Anyway, my rating for this episode will be in the description below, but I will say this episode is really good. It was really enjoyable. It was heavy on the feels, as well as the revelations. I am curious to see how the rest of the season will play out, but you guys won't be hearing my thoughts on it until next week when I review Pizza Face. And this will be the first time I'll be hearing Dominic Catrimbone voicing Leonardo. So hopefully once I hear enough, I'll provide my honest opinions on it. So yeah, that is pretty much going to be it for this episode of You. Next week there will be 2 more, and we'll be keeping going until about the end of March, when I will do the Season 2 finale review, which will not only include my thoughts on both parts, but also my overall thoughts on the season. So look forward to it. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. I look forward to hearing it from you guys in the comments, and I will see you next week. This is Mega Man NG signing off. Peace out. Booyakasha!